when I was writing my dissertation, I studied, as a student loan expert, my dissertation in college was about student loans. And one of the things that I found in my research is that people follow the status quo. So what happens, the government knows this too. I know, if I know it, they know it. What happens with most people is if you make it just complicated enough, our brains say to us, this is too much, it's too much, too much, too much. What's the average? What does most people do? What do I just, you pick the shiny thing because we can't process too much information that's beyond our understanding if it's a complex decision. The reason why there's 12 different repayment programs, you're like, well, they look similar. I don't know the differences. They don't really say. The numbers seem to be the same. And you click the one that they suggest, right? Because, oh, well, government suggested I should be in repay. That looks good. Not knowing that that's not your best option because our brains say, well, go with what the status quo is. Go with what the expert says you should do. And so we get into these situations where we're making decisions, we're making calls, we're talking to people, thinking that maybe they're the authority and not necessarily getting the right answer. So that's a big problem. And we do it in every case. We do it with regards to our finances, with buying houses, with cars, with paying our bills back. We do it with everything because it's very complex, and it's the people that know seem to do very well, and it's the people that don't, it ends up costing them. And that's the way the system was created. So we have to kind of break some of those boundaries and those barriers and find some other ways. And that's why I like doing these types of events, because I'm hoping that people at least have enough information to say, okay, I know that there's some better decisions that I should be making, which I will either A, sit down and start to really tally these out, or B, of course, hire an expert like myself if you choose to, or whatever the case may be. But the key is that you have to do something. And I found that most people bury their head in the sand and don't do anything because they're like, forget it. Even my own siblings, I've been doing this for 18 years. My siblings know I do this. Why was my sister late on her student loans when I could have easily put her in a repayment program? I'm like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? You're late on your student loans. What does that even mean? Like, you qualify for a zero payment and income-based repayment. Like, it would take me 5 minutes to do the form for you. But she's just like, nope, I don't even want to think about it. And I'm like, oh, my other sister qualifies for a public service loan forgiveness. She's been a teacher for 15 years. What are you doing? I'm so like blown away by like the disconnect, So I know that if it happens in my own, and don't get me wrong, I talk to my sisters like every day. So it's not like we don't talk or there's some weird, no, you can talk to me about the new shoes you bought. You can talk to me about your new man, but you can't talk to me. We can't talk about your student loan accounts. there's because people don't like to talk about their finances. They don't like to talk about their issues with regards to money or student loans or credit. They don't want to talk about it. But we have to break that. We have to break that because we all have, whatever it is, like we all have to figure out like, the best way to manage our debt. And the more we talk about it and start to figure out the best plan, the better.